What is going on, guys? Welcome in. Happy holiday Sunday, right? Memorial Day tomorrow. Wow. But welcome in. Cool live. We've got a great guest in Fett's Frequency. I think this will be our last member we have to get from Pop the Chaos. I think. I don't think there's another member, unless they added a new member that I'm not aware of yet. But welcome in, everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, getting ready to enjoy their holiday weekend. You got a big wrestling pay-per-view going on right now. I'm sure the parades are going, cookouts, and all that good stuff. So, good stuff ahead. We'll say hello to some people. Shanky Girl, Tats, Jeremy, Tammy, how are you? So we have some unboxings. We'll do some unboxings. I have something from, I think we'll do this. Craig Utley sent me something. It's sort of like a trade that we did. So we will do that. We've got giveaways, all that good stuff. We'll go over videos that we're doing throughout the week. And yes. Mummy TV, how are you? Jeremy, how are you? Jennifer. Let's see, what else is new? Big week. How about Top Gun? I've heard Top Gun is fabulous. I've heard you have to see it in the theater. It was really, really good if you didn't see it already. And no spoilers, but the debut episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi were out. Awesome show. I won't give anything away. I'll just say the look on Obi-Wan's face at the end of episode 2 was just awesome. You know, it was an awesome show. Can't say enough about that one. So, but hey, I did see Craig's in here. So Craig got a hold of me and said, hey, I have this thing from a movie that I got. And, it's a movie that I know of. It was one of the first movies I ever went to see with my wife. An older Adam Sandler movie. Now, definitely by no means is it a classic. Let's see if I can do that. It is very well taped up. I don't want to cut myself. Makes for a bad night. But I knew about the movie, and he said, hey, why don't we make a trade? So I said, why not? I always like to have different little movie props and things like that here. So we'll see if anyone can get what this is a replica of. He told me it's made of the mold. So it's an exact mold that they used to make the movie prop. So very, very cool. But here it is. I don't know if anyone is other than Craig, going to be able to nail what movie this is from. What prop is this from? Now, again, this is a mold that they used to make the one. Let's see. What prop could this be from? Anyone guess? 50 First Dates? Well, it's not 50 First Dates, but you're on the track with whose movie it is. I'll give you that one. Very cool. Think, I believe 2000, maybe 2001. There it is. Tat's got it. Little Nicky. Yes. So thank you, Craig. I love this one. It'll go in back here in one of the cases and be displayed. Cool little piece. I like that. Yes, Little Nicky. By no means was it a classic. But it was a good movie. It was funny. It was Adam Sandler, you know. Kenneth, how are you doing? I forgot Stranger Things also. So not only did you have Obi-Wan Kenobi, you had Stranger Things come out. I've not seen Stranger Things yet, so I can't say whether I love it, don't love it. I don't know. But Tiny Ninja, how are you? Oh my. Another thing that just came in this week, and tell me if you guys saw it as well. I was kind of shocked when I saw this thing. So, I mean, we all remember, I know maybe some people have not seen the Netflix show Squid Game, right? You got to get used to the dubbing because, you know, the mouth moves, but it's really dubbed. I've never liked movies like that or shows like that, but I actually love Squid Game. I thought it was excellent. So you have to get the whole pop collection, right? Well, the last one was, of course, the Masked Soldier with the triangle from Funko Shop, and it finally came in. But man, look at the sticker. I mean, the sticker just it shrunk a little bit. Very, very small. I don't know why. First one I ever saw like that one, but it's a miniaturized, shrunken Funko Shop sticker that came on these masked soldiers. So you never know what Funko does. There you can see sort of the back. All of them are commons. There is one masked soldier, and I think that is the square that was a Walmart exclusive. But other than that, that is the whole complete collection. Great show if you've never seen it. Oh boy, I'm tired, guys. I'll be honest with you. This was dance weekend, so we did the dad dance, 2 back-to-back shows yesterday, dress rehearsals Friday. It has been just one heck of a past 3 days. Mulch today. Oh my goodness. Johnny Funko, how are you? Welcome in. So yeah, big week, ton. Oh my goodness, so busy. So busy. Taking the boy to work at Hershey Park, which is the amusement park, and back, and grocery shopping, catching up for what I missed yesterday. A lot of stuff. I would say that I could keep you informed, but black screen right now. AEW going on right now. Great pay-per-view. If you've not already, Young Bucks, Hardys. Oh, so good. Anyway, speaking of wrestling, I do have another mystery box to open up from one of the favorites, Pro Wrestling Crate. So again, also guys, don't forget, our guest at 10 o'clock is going to be Fett's Frequency. So guys, if you've never checked him out, moderators that are in the chat, please link up Fett's Frequency's YouTube channel. Also link up if you'd like other members of Pop the Chaos. And go subscribe, check out the videos, check out the content and all the stuff, the lives that they do. All right, here we go. This is an older crate. This is the March crate. So again, April's crate will feature Britt Baker, Dusty Rhodes, X-Pac, Jay, and Mark, the Briscoes, Hangman, Adam Page. Oh my goodness. Fandango. So these are really cool boxes. Very affordable. So these boxes normally range about $34 to $40 shipped, depending on the size of the t-shirts that you get. You get 2 t-shirts and a bunch of other goodies. Really, the 2 t-shirts pay for themselves because most pro wrestling t-shirts sell between $20 to $25 a piece. So the first one we're going to get is Kevin Nash, and then you get the truck sort of like Diesel, but they can't print Diesel because, of course, WWE owns that rights, and you can't do that. So there's the first shirt. We got some stickers from the Lucha Brothers AEW sticker pack. Ray Phoenix and Pentagon, the Lucha Bros. Cool. We've got Kiss Ass and Chew Bubblegum sunglasses. I don't know who that is. Not sure. I'll have to read about that one. All right, we got another t-shirt. And this t-shirt is Eddie Kingston. That's a cool one. I like that one. That's a nice shirt. And we've got ooh, how about this? A little Honky Tonk Man pin going back in the WWE lore of the 80s, 90s. We've got a comic, The Highway to Hell, a cautionary tale by Rob Van Dam. So that's cool. I like that one. And our micro brawler is Chris Candido. No chase, just the common. And then if I can get it out, we have our 8x10. There you go. And in here, oh, there we go. Speaking of AEW and the House of Black, a nice Buddy Murphy, who joined AEW, I think 2 months ago or something like that. Something along those lines. So very cool. cool items. You guys can go to Pro Wrestling Crate and get those if you would like to join and get any of those. Awesome. Good evening, Cliff. How are you doing? All right. And it is the time, actually, the first of the month coming up here, wow, Wednesday. So, Wednesday, Patreon memberships renew. So, if you'd like to be a patron, you could renew, and it comes out the first of the month, and you get something from me every month. There's also channel membership and everything, and it all goes to help support the giveaways and the things that we do, shipping and all the giveaway stuff. So if you'd like to be a patron, channel member, check it out. And here's to all the channel members and Patreons. This video is for you. And again, thank you to all the channel members, the patrons, popping some pops. What's going on, guys? Keep it popping, keep it rocking. Awesome. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, I have another book. So speaking of things I pick up that fit the collection and do all sorts of stuff like that, I do like, and Nick, you were right. So there's a little card that you can see. The glasses were from They Live, the Honky Tonk Man, lapel pin, the Buddy Matthews, the Big Daddy, Kevin Nash, Eddie Kingston, Chris Candido, Lucha Brothers. So yes, the glasses were from They Live, Roddy Piper movie. So this is other stuff I pick up. I do enjoy the podcast for the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I think it's very cool. You can sort of see every now and then I have some wrestling figures that fit and show up in the display. But we also picked this up. So this is the Life is Short and So Am I. His life inside the ring and under the wrestling ring, Dylan Hornswoggle Postel. So it's his autobiography, which I think is pretty cool. And then, he did inscribe it to the Luau. Hope you enjoy The Journey, Dylan Postle, very cool, 2022. So you can get these on his website if you'd like one. But that's something new that I picked up. Let's see if anything else new. I did get this. Shouts out to the Funko Fat Guy, guys. If you never checked him out, go check him out. But he had one of these for sale, and it's not in great condition. I just display it. It is a little wacky wobbler from Clark W. Griswold. Another one of my favorite movies. 2014, so definitely got some age to it, but it's just a really display piece for me. One of the favorites. Every Christmas you got to watch it. So there's that. Let's see, what else do we have? I don't know if I have anything else. Mystery boxes, again, they are what they are. You've seen Gem Pops release a whole bunch this past week. There were some one-of-ones. He did a whole like Grail box that was only 7 boxes. So yeah, he's done a lot of very cool stuff. So shouts out to Gem Pops. Smile World dropped a box tonight. So awesome. That's pretty much. I think there's a Wizard of Oz box up at Spastic Collectibles that's still up there. Pop King Paul had a weekend of boxes. So a lot of cool stuff. Elaine Allen's Pops and Stuff. Hello, how are you? No worries, Nadia. Get some sleep. And Nadia, speaking with guys, Nadia will actually come join us in a few weeks right here. So awesome. Shouts out to Nadia, the little monster. All right. Let's see. Remember, guys, don't forget Fett's Frequency, 10 o'clock. Go check him out. Moderators, if you can link up his channel, I would appreciate it. And let's do some giveaways. Let's get rid of this. First, actually, let me tell you what we got coming up for this week. So next week, we have Curtis 1.0. This is Curtis 2.0. We always like to call Curtis at Spastic Collectibles Curtis 1.0. I am talking about Curtis from Mystery Pop Theater is going to come hang out with me next Sunday. Awesome when I get to hang out with Curtis. Or some people call him, PlayStation Curtis. Long story. Maybe we'll get into that next week. But Curtis is going to join me live next week. And then this week of videos, we have a $100 Smile World Funko Soda and Pop mystery box coming to you tomorrow, again for the holiday. $300 Gem Pops Funko Grail mystery box will be Tuesday's video. Wednesday, me and the Mini Luau are going to battle number 24 with Funko Sodas, who can get the most chases. Wednesday. Thursday, an amazing AOK from East Coast Collecting. This was a really cool signed Funko Pop. You want to check that out. That one is really, really cool. Great AOK from East Coast Collecting. That'll be Thursday's video. And Friday, we got some V-shouts and autographs and pins and art prints and all sorts of stuff from Zobi. So check that out. Those are the videos throughout the week. That's what we got. All right. Let's talk some giveaways and what we got for the giveaway this week. So we've got head-to-head, $30 PayPal credit, the prize wheel, the soda mystery box, the regular mystery box, Mayflower's mystery box. You never know what that could be. All right, so here, let's throw in, we'll go there, we'll add that. And here we go. A new little CAPTCHA thing. So people that do these, like the YouTube comment options, they want you to actually do ad to prove that you're not a robot. Isn't that interesting? I don't know. All right, let's get the comments. We are sitting at 66 comments. All right, let's start her up and see what we got. Winner number 1 is going to be, congratulations, Nikki Sweetie from Australia. Sad I could not join in the trivia, but congrats to the winners. Good luck for this week, and thanks to all the awesomeness. Nikki, congratulations. And as we always do, guys, in pop drunk style, hit me at Instagram at _luau_23. And Nikki, Australia, let me know. Shipping, you never know. But you let me know. We can talk about it and go from there. Let's go to winner number 2. And winner number 2 is going to be Nettie's Pops, who says, "Hope you had a great birthday. Have an awesome week." Thank you so much, Nettie's Pops. So hit me on Instagram and let me know, and we will go from there. All right. No. All right. So we got 10 minutes. I'll turn it over to chat. Anything you guys want to talk about? Add the show is up to you guys. And don't Fett. Remember 10 o'clock, guys. Link up his YouTube channel. Go check him out. Also check out other channels from Pop the Chaos. Awesome. Let's see. So we had Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi, fabulous. We had the big Star Wars convention drops. So we kind of saw how about they had some of those Obi-Wan Kenobis from last year. There's 3,000 pieces there. Interesting. The bag, the Loungefly bag, and R2D2 sold out within, I think, 2 minutes or less. Although people are starting to see them show up in boxes and seeing that there's damage, that there's a sticker variant, and it doesn't say, a whole bunch of stuff with that. So more to come on that one. My guess is that it probably ships from Loungefly to Funko, and then Funko ships it right on. I've been seeing where they just dump the pop in with the bag and go from there. So, not great. Any guesses on this week's Funko releases? I don't know. You're always dumbfounded. I think you're starting to see some international releases of the Blacklight Nightmare Before Christmas sodas. So you never know, that could be coming soon. I don't know. You never know with Funko. In fact, you might not see anything this week, being that it was a con. And definitely having some shipping items and shipping delays and things like that from the Star Wars 5-pack not coming with con stickers or convention stickers, all the way to the big 2-liter or 1-liter, whatever it was, soda, which wasn't even at the convention, didn't even make it to the convention. So I don't know if that's in a ship or where that is, but did not make that. So I'm sure that will be a future release. Yeah. Shame for people that went to the convention expecting that, and then it wasn't there. And I think there were a few other items that weren't there either. Yeah, the pirates getting all the Luke Skywalker. That's another one. The Luke Skywalker sodas as well. Yeah, I don't got anything. Jerry the mechanic. Jerry, how are you? Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't a big fan of any of the releases. I think I would have gotten the liter or whatever soda just to display it. Not that I wanted it or anything like that. The sodas, I think, are just too much with Star Wars 20,000 or whatever they are. It's just too much. Yeah. So, and like the pops are identical to the 5-pack. So, I mean, if you wanted it, you just buy the whole 5-pack and display that. It's the same pop. So, and the 3,000 piece Diamond Grogu, I don't know. Didn't do much for me, if I'm being honest. I don't know. It's just me. I'm a picky collector though, so what can I say? I did see the review though. It'll probably be another 3 months I would gather till it hits the States. But some great hot toys coming very soon. So very cool. The 3-liter, that right there. Thank you to Mummy TV. 3-liter, which I don't know, was on a ship, but it was cool. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys like the video from Friday, something a little different. A Luau Talk video talking about where have all the boxes gone. Because it's not the same. Mystery boxes definitely are not the same as they were, and I think it's for a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons I mentioned in that video, but I think it's people are just finding, what? Why don't I just go buy the pop that I want instead of throwing the dice and trying to get something. So I think you're seeing a lot of that, and a lot of companies just selling singles and hard to get collections. Shouts out to Templar Pops. I know he is talking about doing a mystery box tomorrow, so make sure you check him out. You never know. I think the 3-liter is just something different. It's cool. That's all it is. I don't think I'd even open it. I would just leave it there. I want to see how it's packaged and what it looks like and all that good stuff. So Yeah, Jerry's got it. Whatnot, floor, ceiling. Yep. I mean, hey, I mean, you can't fault the companies that do it. They explain the rules and explain exactly how it's done. If someone wants to pay that much money over, it's on the person, you know. I mean, yeah, you're trying to win a raffle ticket, or you're trying to win and to get into another raffle to win some other prize. I get it, but yeah, some places do well with it, others do not. So it's hit or miss. But I think there's a lot of factors to it, and you don't see people do the mystery boxes anymore. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, thank God we still see, you know, you still get the booze and pops on Saturday. You know, I miss seeing Sean do videos. I miss seeing the pop couple do videos. I miss Cheap and Nerdy doing videos. It just is what it is. I think life changes. I think mystery box and the game changes. Collecting changes. So, you know, you evolve, collect different things. Things go from pops to sodas. From sodas, maybe you get into Black Series. Maybe then you move into NECA. You get into wrestling figures. You get into, you know, if you love the sports, you get into Enterbay, which you know is really getting up there with some. They get pricey, all the way to you can get to Hot Toys or statues, which is a whole nother ballgame. Jerry, but good to see you, my friend. Hopefully you are doing well. Tim, my good man. Yes, Hot Toys. I forget who I was. I was talking to a couple people about Hot Toys lately, and you know, asking, you know, did I get one? Did I get this? What do I do with them? How do I display them? They don't get displayed here and there, you know. Just is what it is. But once you hold a Hot Toy, it changes the game. You know, it's a money thing without a doubt. They are very expensive. I mean, 250 to, I mean, 450 if you're talking about a die-cast Iron Man. In my mind, they're worth every penny. They're amazing. They're incredible. I love them. But it's the right person. You got to have that kind of, you know. It's not like going to buy a $20 Black Series or wrestling figure. This is it's a purchase. It's expensive. They're awesome. I mean, it's just like Jerry said. If you hold one, you see one. There's nothing like it out there. There's nothing like it. From the materials and the craftsmanship, it's like a piece of art. They're awesome. They are awesome. Can't see one. Well, you got one. You can sort of see Thanos sits here, and then the gauntlet sits there, and then you can't see, but this is actually Kylo Ren from, I believe that one's from Force Awakens. So that's a lighted display case that sits there. I just never light it up when we do videos, but that's him. He sits in it. And I'm thinking we'll have to do one of these shelves. Will be the Iron Man, the Snap. I have it. I just haven't put it together or posed him yet. So more to come. But yeah, Hot Toys are very cool. Very, very cool. I also have not decided when the next Whatnot auction will be. I was thinking maybe it'll be this Thursday, or could be next Saturday afternoon, or it could be the following Tuesday evening. I haven't decided yet, but it'll be one of those dates. And we'll probably have some mystery box, what's in the box stuff. Still have some grails, maybe some new grails. Never know. All right. Ready. Remember, moderators, link up Fett's channel, Fett's frequency. I think we'll have to talk to Fett. I think I have now had every single member of Pop the Chaos on the channel. I think. I don't know. I think there's one that I'm missing, but I'm not sure. We'll have to check. All right, guys. Are we ready? If you never checked him out, please go over to his YouTube channel. Check out his videos. And remember to check out Pop the Chaos live when they go live to you during the week. I bring you guys Fett's frequency.
Yo,
friend.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Interesting week. I'm all right though. How's life?
I'm like you. It's an interesting week.
Right on. Right
Kids
on,
finishing
100%.
up. You got dance, and you had to do dad dances, and take them here, take them there. I mean, it's
You got the
nuts.
dad life, man.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, no, that's a beautiful thing. I think it is. And nothing wrong with having a dad life. Nothing wrong with the mom life either, How
No,
about
so
that?
I don't have an update, but maybe you can get an update. So what do we? I see the hat. Are we winning or are they losing?
We down by 6 at halftime.
Okay,
Yeah, it was
that's not bad.
bad, but then they brought it back. So I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
That's not bad. That's not
I'm
bad. They're at
hoping that home
home.
field advantage, we get a little luck of the Irish from the Celtics, but in
Well,
Miami.
I looked at that game and I thought, you know what? If Boston can't take it home and win at home, they don't deserve to go.
I really hope it's a good good close game and we just edge them out.
In the end, though, I don't know. I can't picture anyone beating Golden State. It's gonna be hard.
I gotta have hope, but I hear you. I hear you. Hey, I'm not an ignorant basketball fan. I hear you. They the real deal. I mean, it's Golden State, man. Like whenever they healthy,
I mean,
sky's the limit, and we see where they at. They at the mountaintop almost. So.
What Kerr has done with that team, and I mean, you got to tip the hat. I didn't think they could come back and be what they are today. But
hey, things change, man. When a lot of people choke in the West, a lot of things didn't happen in the West that we thought. Like the Lakers was supposed to run things,
oh man,
or the Clippers, and that's not the
well,
case. That's not the
I'll give the
case.
Clippers a bye because Kawhi didn't play.
Exactly.
I'll give them a bye. But the
Right.
Lakers suck. Right. They're bad.
Man, dysfunctional. They can't blame it on injuries this year, bro. They
No,
not fully. Maybe a little bit with Anthony Davis, but they was still dysfunctional when he was healthy. That's my thing. Like they just I don't
you
know,
brought Russell Westbrook in, you were done.
bro.
It was
That's
over.
exactly.
It wasn't going to work, and then you
He's
went old, and
right. Exactly.
LeBron
Yeah.
doesn't want to win either. You could tell he doesn't want to win.
He want to make movies, my boy.
That's it.
Want to
He
make
wants
movies.
to play in the league till his son can play, and he can play 1 year with his son. But I mean,
that would be cool. I'm not a big LeBron fan, but that would be cool.
Yeah. He's got some years to go.
Yeah, I think it's like what is it, like 2025?
Something like that.
I think.
And that's I think after 1 year of
2024.
college. And I don't know if he's a 1 year college to pro. I haven't seen.
I heard he might do G League though. I heard he might do G League.
I don't know. We'll see.
Him nor D Wade's son Zaire got
Well,
yeah, like got it. I don't think no. So it is what it is. Michael Jordan kids didn't have had the juice either like that. They could play, but they they didn't have the It's all right though. It's all right.
Yeah, I guess they were fair, but they weren't like
Mike. Yeah. I mean, it's more than what I've done as far as collegiately or whatever and stuff. Yeah.
So how about let's talk Pop the Chaos? What's going on with Pop the Chaos?
Yeah, all day. What about them? Well, they're crazy, man. I mean, look, if you've been a part of it, it's madness.
Every member I've had, I've said I don't know if I've seen a collective group that like you guys have put together that has the personalities that all of you have, because you have it all. I mean, you got one of everything.
In spades, my friend, in spades.
And you are kind of
very underrated, I would say.
Yes, I mean
under the radar anyway.
You know how to just poke, and you can put. Now you and Barbarian have some of the classic. I mean,
I love him. He thinks at times I get upset with him. I'm like, oh no, you got to keep bringing it. I love when you bring the feistiness. That's what I love. I love that. I ain't got no problems with that. So we got a little flash rivalry. So I had to bring this just in case he showed, and I brought my Heat hat, because we're playing right now. So I got it, normally I got a picture of him on my background, and it's him in a Flash Speedo. So, he's our team mascot.
Oh, he is. He's something else.
Oh yeah. Don't sir, she tries to bait us, right? I can feel it. She says these things, and I'm like, did anybody else hear what she said? Like, no. And then Chase yesterday was like, no, she does it all the time. And as soon as I left the live yesterday, she had an innuendo, and I was just like, okay, that's the last we love. I got no problem with it. I don't want nobody to think I'm going crazy, I don't want anybody to think I'm going loco or anything like that.
I mean, you guys really do have it all. I mean, you got Chase, who's just like he's just like the wild card. He's crazy. He's
I love
funny.
Chase.
He's smiling. I don't think I could see that man ever getting mad.
Oh no, he gets fiery. I don't see him getting real
fiery.
He gets fiery. I seen him. But I don't see him getting mad either. He's lovable, fiery. He's like, I get it, bro. You just, it's like one of those buddies. Like, I get it, man. Definitely,
And Barbarian is
he's a good dude. He's so solid, bro, and he just know a lot of stuff. And I ain't blowing smoke up his hiney, but like he really do. He knows stuff. He's willing to help us out. He was one of the first people like, oh, I got a countdown for us, and like he real solid dude, man. I appreciate Chase all day.
And then you got Pop the Heat overseas.
That's my wrestling buddy right there. He gets down with me. He get down with me.
We'll talk some. We'll get into some wrestling. We'll talk some wrestling because it's a big night of wrestling too. I mean,
that's what I was going to. Yeah, I heard you talking about it. I seen you show that Eddie Kingston shirt, sir.
Yes,
Chef's kiss.
He's. I don't think the match has happened yet, but it's gonna be something fierce.
Man.
Yeah. Man, for someone that has been doing what he's been doing for all these years and paying his dues on the independents to finally get his due. I mean, he would never work in WWE. He would not be happy. He'd be miserable. Miserable.
No. Yeah, I don't see. Maybe in the Attitude Era or the beginning of the Ruthless Aggression Era, maybe, they were willing to. They was able to get away with more stuff live. Like if he said something live that wasn't a hard cuss word, it didn't matter most of the time with the stuff they was doing back then.
Yeah, back then,
Vic and things like that. Leave it
there. That's gonna be a good one.
But now definitely not, sir. I agree with you. Like the past 20 years, 15 years, easily.
He'd be miserable. He'd be there he could get the money, but he'd be miserable.
Yeah, all day.
He'd be miserable. But yeah, Pop the Heat overseas, fabulous, awesome dude. You got Lass and Chase, and you got JKL that's sort of like the Phil Jackson or the Pat Riley.
I call him I like thinking of the Professor X. Like he brought us all us freaks together, and he's starting a school to the wayward children. You know what I mean? We all a little loose, and he like to make sure he keeps us all level. Focus. He makes sure everybody staying on the ball. Make sure we don't get too unhinged at times. I love JKL. He my Star Wars boy. So is Pop.
Yeah. I have not. I've been wanting to message him, but I want to wait till I want to see what he thought of Obi-Wan.
That, and I want to see if he's going to play the new Star Wars. What is it? It's a new Star Wars game coming out in like a year or so. They just announced it or whatever. I shared it on my story.
Made a lot of Star Wars announcements. I know a lot of people. Yeah. Mandalorian. You got to wait till February. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Man, come on. I mean, we all knew Ahsoka was going to be 2023, probably late. And I think we could.
I can't wait for that.
Oh my goodness, she's going
to be amazing.
Oh,
that's going to be amazing.
Better Ahsoka. I mean,
oh my gosh, and she better be in it as much as as much as they want to make other stories about other people. She better be in it as much as we can. Don't do the whole don't overexpose her because you'll lose the mystique or whatever. No, we want the mystique rude. Lather me in Ahsoka for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious where was she from? I mean, everyone knows the comics and different cartoons, but where was she from? Because people that I didn't really watch Bad Batch or follow the cartoons a lot. It wasn't my thing, but from the movies and the shows, you knew where she was. At the end, but apparently she made it all the way through Jedi and on. So it's like,
Yeah, but you really gotta watch Clone Wars. I know you don't like the tunes, but Clone
Yeah,
Wars was good.
I
Tunes,
heard.
I understand, but it was good, man. And
All
she
right.
had a big role in that. And Anakin, like it told a lot more about Anakin.
Yep.
Like they gave a list of stuff I guess you should watch before you watch the Obi-Wan show, and
Yep.
Clone Wars, and a few of like the movies and stuff was on there. So
Yeah, I know it
yeah.
helps. I read somewhere it explained who the Inquisitors were and everything like that.
Right. I'm not suggesting go watch all that now, obviously. That'd be a little much, brother. You wouldn't be able to be a dad for a while.
I can't get to. It's like Stranger Things came out season 4. People were all excited about that. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't even seen season 1.
I know. I tried to watch two episodes of the first season. I was just like, it's not fast enough for me. I'm not saying it's bad, guys. I haven't seen it, but I just fell asleep twice, and I was just like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe it's just I'm a dude. I gotta get hit hard and get hit fast, and you gotta be like, oh. And then you can go slow again if you want, but you gotta be like,
I'm with you. See, I mean,
maybe like how the It movie started, the new one,
yeah.
that one kind of like something like that, like whoa, like what happened, and then you could
It lost me in It too, though. Halfway through It too, it's like, man, it freaked me. It 1 was a little, it was scary. It was like, ooh, and beginning of 2 was like that, and then something happened middle of it, and it was like, all right, I don't know what it was. It just something clicked, and it was like didn't freak me out in the theater. It was like, all right, okay. And the end, I liked it better than the TV ending, but it was like, I don't know, it lost me somewhere.
Agreed.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm kind of scared with Stranger Things. Everyone's like, season 1 is like the best, and it's this and that, and I'm scared. I'm gonna watch a couple episodes. I can't get through this.
Bro, I had that problem too, like mostly with anime, I guess, like, but really anything. People like really overhype stuff, and I'm like, really, especially if I have to spend money to do it, I'm like, please don't make me regret my decision, please, because then I'm gonna really just dog this if I feel like it, if I deem fit, like for the right reasons, for personal reasons, subjective, obviously. I'm not gonna be like, you can't have the right to like it, but I'm like, I didn't feel like I should have paid my money to do that. What is going on here? This is not as good as I thought it was. Like I met the voice of Vegeta for Dragon Ball Z, and I got a pop signed, and I had all the Vegeta pops at the time, and I was just like, which one will you sign? Just choose which one your favorite. And he was just talking to me. He was like, have you ever seen My Hero Academia, which is another anime? And I was like, no. A lot of people overhype it, so I'm trying to like wait and see if I like it, and then I'll binge it. Because if I like it, then I'll binge it, and then I really, then you got me. But he said, I think My Hero Academia will be better than Dragon Ball Z one day, and I was like, sir, sir, do you know who you are? Like, and do you know what you just said? So I didn't correct him because I didn't see the show, so, and I got to give it time because it's not there for me. It's not there for me.
I've heard a lot about it. I mean, Dragon Ball is like,
right. And that's what I was just like, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm really reserved on things because of everything you said.
I know a lot of people say with anime, because I have not watched any anime, but they'd say, if you're going to try an anime for the first time ever, try My Hero and see how it goes. I haven't got there yet. Maybe one day, but not yet.
Yeah. I'm not mad at you if you don't. Anime is a whole other world, and I feel like not everybody watched that stuff growing up, especially like because me and you, I feel like we were around the same age. And back then,
I celebrated 45.
Okay, well, you're a little bit older than me. I just turned 30. Okay, but look, I'm getting there, man. I'll get there. I've heard of my stripes as a man.
They make me feel old.
Yeah, I'm about to get some hair on my chest. Just let me get there with you, okay? But back in the day though, like anime wasn't really readily available like that. You had to go on a hunt.
I even missed Pokemon. I mean, for me, it was like Voltron and Mask and G.I. Joe, and it was that was like my generation. I missed the whole Pokemon stuff and Dragon Ball.
I mean, I caught on to that, but but still, all the stuff that you named prior, that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Still, those things were still on TV whenever I was a kid growing up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then like they gradually introduced like what a Arthur and stuff like that, but still I was working with all those cartoons. And then
Yeah.
anytime I wanted to see anime, I had to go find a DVD or a
It was hard.
VHS.
Yeah. It wasn't like readily.
Yeah, it wasn't there. You had to go on a hunt for it, truly, like a catalog, and you got to know where to get that sort of thing. So, and not everybody grew up with it. So the chance of you getting into it now, it's up in the air. You may or you may not. Who knows?
Never know. I heard there's some good ones. People talk about Cowboy Bebop, and I mean,
I like
my
that.
son's tried to watch. He watches some of it. And I look at it, and he just like, "What do you think?" I said, "I don't know what to think. I don't know." I don't know.
See, the big problem with animes that I figured that I need to watch it from beginning. I can't watch a middle of any show ever again because it ruins it for me after I see like go back and actually watch it. I'm like, oh, like this is why I should have watched it because I seen some random episodes like this show is stupid. Like I've done that ignorantly. Like, honestly, I've done that and just like, and then I've honestly watched the show that I said was dumb from the start and was like, oh, I'm stupid. Okay.
I'm with, but if people that don't know, another thing is you have a second YouTube channel.
Yeah, I just started one. Yeah. I'm just trying to test the YouTube algorithms. I figured if I just had the my regular channel for my pops and really just collecting stuff like my wrestling figures and my pops and stuff, that would be easier. And then uploading clips of my gameplay and like pretty much like game guides and gameplay and lives of video games and stuff like that. And I have a lot of retro games. That's what I'm into. So I'm gonna be cracking open into that. So
I like the Turtles one behind you.
Yeah, that's my baby. I'll never get rid of that one. That's the arcade, man. Yeah. If you can find it, I know some Walmarts had them on like clearance like $190 or something, but they're a lot. And I didn't pay that. I didn't pay the full price, but I was like, man, like it's like 400, I think, or something like that.
Oh,
yeah. So like you said, what'd you say? Like maybe 10 minutes before I go to, you were like, it's a purchase. And I was bro, I agree.
It is.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
It's not for everybody, but certain people that if you love it, I mean, there's nothing like it. And I mean that's a classic. I remember in the arcade, going to the arcade and playing it. I mean, that was the big one where you were lucky just to be able to scoot in to see it, more or less a chance to play it. People
they don't understand how it was, man. Like it had four sticks, and you still like people would hang on the fronts and the backs and the sides, and like we had quarters. Like this was
lined up.
To master that game and not get hit back in the day was like mind blowing, and that didn't happen often. So when people got deep in that game, like people was just like,
I remember
you didn't care if you played.
There was nothing like that game at the arcade that, I mean, even to my recollection that I've ever seen. I mean, Mortal Kombat, I remember some of the Mortal Kombat games, people were doing that, but I mean, that Turtles game was like the it.
Agreed.
And they tried to replicate, I think, that would have been what, Nintendo back in the day, or Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
And they couldn't. It didn't work. It wasn't like.
Yeah, you talking about the Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
I did.
It wasn't
bad. I agree, and the reason why is because I literally rubbed this finger raw on the Super Nintendo controller, and I couldn't play Turtles for 3 days, bro, and I was hurting inside. I'm telling you about it. That's how you know I'm still hurting. Like, it was a rough day, but it wasn't the same. I feel like I had to put way more effort into doing stuff, and I was like, it wasn't like this at the arcade.
No.
It's like a lot of fighting games too. I guess Marvel versus Capcom 2. I know you're familiar with
Oh
that.
yeah, absolutely.
A lot of big complaints is that one isn't as good arcade as it is on Dreamcast and PS2 and stuff. So
Oh man, you're going back with Dreamcast. Oh man,
yeah,
puppy.
yeah.
And some people are like, they don't realize Dreamcast was like that's when 2Ks came out, the 2K football and the basketball. What it was
because of Dreamcast.
Yep.
Exactly. Allen Iverson, NFL and 2K and them and Dreamcast.
I want to say, man,
because Allen Iverson was on the first 3 2Ks consecutively. He was the only one that was willing to cover that.
I want to say Randy Moss was a cover of one of them, but maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember. For some reason, Randy Moss sticks out of my head as being a cover guy.
I think he was. I think it
was the first one,
I
but
think he was.
The Dreamcast was cool. I mean, it didn't make it long, and that controller was like, man, what the hell is this thing? And then the little thing you stuck in it, and
the memory card. Yeah, bro. Yeah, see, look, we're talking about some people might know. Some people are sort of like Dreamcast. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I guess it made it technically probably 3 years, but it was,
Yeah, it was short-lived. It lived through that whole era of GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. But as soon as PS3 and stuff came out, and even probably a little bit before then, it was really done. I know some companies make like professional home brews or whatever of them, and they make like legit cases and everything, which is really cool, but it's still like, mainstream of dead console, so.
Oh, Nick's got a question for you. Wanting to know, what do you think about the live action Cowboy Bebop?
It wasn't bad. My only problem with live actions altogether, which is understandable, which is why I agree with one live action that did it in parts, is that they fit too much in one setting. So they get to choose what they deem is important or not important, and then you get fans that are like, well, this was important, or you're not explaining. I wasn't one of those fans. I hear both sides, like I understand it, but I feel like the shows that get produced suffer for it. So I don't think it was bad, but I still think the anime itself was better. I hope that's a good answer.
Jerry chiming in. Oh, Jerry's gonna bring up an older game, Altered Beast.
Boy, what are you doing out here, Jerry? That's a good one right there.
I'll never
forget talking about Jerry. Okay.
Man, Altered Beast was like original Genesis,
bro.
I'll never forget it. I remember it, Sega Genesis, and it was like the battle with Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. And Sega, I think Sega kind of won, but I remember, oh man, Altered Beast, that's going back, Jerry. That's like 1992. Because remember when that came out, it was the Bulls and the Blazers in the NBA Finals, and I remember playing Altered Beast around that time. I'm dating myself on that one, but yeah, that's oh yeah,
that's a nice little unlocked memory right there.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate you for sharing that. That's nice.
I'll never forget it. Michael just raising his hand.
I appreciate. I don't want nobody to get upset about this, but I just don't talk to a lot of gamers in the pop or even wrestling figure community. Like if they do, they play a lot of new games, but like it's just good to hear people play those
video games, and I did it up until I want to say 8 years ago. I was still playing like NCAA football, and then I would get Madden, and I would get I'd buy like because the NCAA football is awesome, but I gotta have the names, so I'd buy the file that people put all the names in it. Oh man, I'd play that all spring or fall, and then we'd move to Madden, and then we'd go NBA 2K, and that would be my rotation.
What you know about 2K, man?
Oh man, I love 2K.
About Madden, man.
But then the problem is the boy I stopped, and then the boy gets into it, so he's playing Madden, and I don't like the new Maddens. I don't know what it is.
I don't like the new 2Ks as much.
No,
NBA 2Ks.
No, I've played him, and I'm sitting there, we're playing. I always liked 2K because it was authentic. It it wasn't like NBA Jam, which is like or Live or anything like NBA Live,
Yeah.
the EA game. It's more authentic. But then boy sitting there, as a Kobe Bryant ain't making 14 3-pointers in a
Bro.
It nah, this
It
is not.
was, but it got so bad to where role players was dunking on world-renowned centers like Dwight Howard in his prime. Like Jeremy Lin is not dunking on Dwight Howard, you guys.
No,
In what world?
no.
And what? Please show me the footage, please.
And I don't know what Madden did. It just when it went into like PS the late PS4s, the early PS5s, the gameplay just it looks good, but there's something with it. It's just I told
I
the
think
boy
a lot of games is too over simulated. Like even basketball, like they add a lot more animations like that the game takes over and does for you versus, and that's why like when games like, no offense, Elden Ring come out and people are like it sucks because it's too hard or it's really good and they love it, it's just like
Yep.
it's like with anything in life, you just got to learn how to do something different, and if you don't like it, that's fine. I understand not liking something in general,
Yeah,
but
I mean, I
it's
remember
too
back in
hard,
the
you
day.
gotta, you can work with it.
Absolutely, I remember back in the day going from like Nintendo, and then the Sega Genesis, and it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this controller? I don't like it. But then you play on it, it's like, I like it. It isn't bad.
Hey, it's I really think I think it's we gotta open up our taste. That's my opinion.
Absolutely.
Probably not a good one, but it's my opinion.
Oh yeah. Here we got another question. Nick chiming in, Mr. Frequency. I like that. Are you still watching the live action Halo?
I haven't started watching it because I didn't realize I think it's on Paramount.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot I had Paramount. Or really, my sister has Paramount. So I forgot she has Paramount, but I haven't started it, no. But I'm going to try. The problem is, again, it's like before I can get to something, I hear so many people's like reactions, not spoilers, but like, oh, it was really bad or it was okay, but this or that. And it's just like, it ruins it for me. And then it's just like, it's human. It's a human moment. I shouldn't let it affect me, but it does.
I got to hear enough. If I hear enough, like Morbius, I heard so much of Morbius that it took me, nope, that's going to be wait till I stream it or it comes out. I ain't not a theater, not doing it. I've heard too much, and it's the same thing I'm hearing. Everyone's opinions like this, that. All right, I'm good.
Yep. And I feel like the Morbius movie, and I think this is what, Sony, they suffer from big time. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and what I'm hearing from Morbius, they filmed in like 3 areas. It's not a lot going on. It's stuff. There's things, there's action, but it just don't make a lot of sense. Whereas in a Marvel movie, yes, they have action, but that's why people was emotional when Wanda had to kill my boy, and everybody was sad about that when everybody got snapped. Like they didn't just come in and snap and like, oh dang, that's messed up. Like, yeah, there's got to be hope. That's the beginning of the film. Like, no, that was the last thing that happened. And a lot of stuff happened up to that, so and they don't, I don't think that they do that I know they didn't do that in Venom. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. They didn't do that in Venom, nothing like that. And I'm getting the sense that they did a whole lot of magician tricks with Morbius, and it was cool, but that's about it.
I heard the story suffered. It wasn't there. So I was like, I'll watch it because the actor's great. It looks good, but I'll wait till it's a streamer or something like that.
Yeah, and I'm the complete opposite. Like I meet a lot of people that are in the video games and they're like, oh, it didn't have a big story. And I'm like, it's a video game.
Yeah.
There is no, like, we back in the day, we didn't have all that. Like we had bubble text letters.
Absolutely.
And that was it. And then like towards PS2 and stuff like that, then we got cinematic scenes kind of. But now they do whole feature films, bro. And people expect that in games. And I like to play games where it's just like, let's play.
Back in the day, it wasn't like that. And back in the day, there weren't different choices. It was like, this is it.
Right.
This is
Right.
the story. This is it.
Right. But whenever I watch a movie, I need, come
Oh
on,
yeah, I
man.
need something.
Give me that juice. What is
Keep holding me through. I gotta, keep carrying it through. I heard Doctor Strange was excellent. I haven't got a chance to see that.
See,
I don't like multiverse. For me, the multiverse thing, I hated it in Loki. I don't know why. It didn't work for. It was like, oh man, and Loki ruined. It was just, I don't know. I didn't like it.
it was too all over the place in Loki, I feel like. And especially whenever they introduced a lot more Lokis, it was like,
this is too much.
It was weird. It was like, okay, I don't know. I have a problem with the multiverse too, because it's just confusing.
I mean,
then I just have to.
It was cool. It was cool. It was a little.
It's always cool. Don't get me wrong.
Cool.
I've seen the multiverse since Spider-Man on Fox Kids. Don't get me wrong. I love the multiverse, but it's confusing because then it's just like then you got the people that they put the thought in your head like, well, which one's better? And it's like, dang it ain't about that. It's just cool, man. What? And then you think to yourself, well, which one is better? Which one matters the most? And it's just like, I don't want to think like that. They all cool. Like, I got a massive wall of Spider-Man behind me, and I don't want to choose. I don't want to.
They're all good in their own separate. I like that each one had their story.
Exactly.
I mean, the middle guy, he kind of got shafted. He had only 2, and I think they could have done more, but it is what it is.
That's my favorite one.
I like Garfield. Yep.
That's my favorite. Like, not like, okay, so Toby is legendary. I can't argue with y'all, okay? Toby is legendary.
The third one was not good.
No. We're not. No, we won't pretend that it was.
Third one good.
We won't pretend it was either. It had cool elements, but they completely screwed over Venom altogether. Yes. They ruined the symbiote suit of Spider-Man. They made it all black. That just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, and then they took another crack at it and made Venom. So we're not even gonna talk about anything about that, brother. But on another, there was other good things.
There was.
Other good things. But like Toby is legendary, but Andrew, to me, he just if he didn't look too damn handsome, I guess is the problem for other people. I didn't look at it like that. I was just like, my boy, like his uncle died, and then the next day at school, he dang near bullied Flash, and I was like, poor guy, you got. And then he just cried, walk away. Like he cried when it mattered. Toby cried all the time.
Yeah.
And it's memes, bro. There are memes. This man cried all the time. And
I don't know if he's done anything really since. He's done a few movies here and there, but I'm thinking about, man, he really hasn't done much.
He did that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio a while back.
Okay.
Leonardo.
But around Spider-Man, that was his. He did what, Seabiscuit and all that stuff.
He did Seabiscuit, and I think he did another one after that. And then he did the one with Leonardo DiCaprio in like 2012-ish. But I ain't heard nothing from him since now. Really, I wasn't mad to see him. Like, listen, I grew up with the man. Y'all gotta understand, we grew up with the man, but something wasn't right with that third one now. That's all we just gonna talk about.
I mean, at least he ends up with Mary Jane in the end, and you kind of like, all right, so I can see you did the movie wrong. It was bad, but all right, we'll let it go.
Yeah, we let it slide at the time because we was in fact like he
bangers. You gave
that
me
first one. Listen, the first one to me is the best one. I know everybody head over heels over the second one, and it's a good one. That first one, bro, whenever it hit the screens,
oh my goodness,
it was just
the hype on that movie.
We've never seen, other than Blade, we've never seen nothing like that. The Superman movie, the Batman movies, no. No, it wasn't the same. It was all jokey. This was pre-MCU realistic. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was Blade level realistic.
Spider-Man, when you think about it, it's like, I mean, we saw the Batman, Michael Keaton, and they've done the Batman. It is what it is. But I mean, this was Spider-Man. It was like, bam,
bro. And it was right in, I think, in the best time. It was pre PC culture where everybody got to be politically correct, and it was It was after the fact of any weird times, and we had the right technology, more importantly, to do the things that needed to be done.
Yep.
I'm not saying it couldn't have been done better, y'all. I'm just saying what needed to be done at the time. I think it served its purpose really good. And because they tried to do one other Spider-Man movie, I think back in the 60s, and this
and I don't know what Superman never worked. I don't know.
I didn't like what's his name, and God rest his soul. I'm not trying to talk about him.
But yeah, they were hokey.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And the same thing with some of the Batman movies. Some of them they were really cool growing up. Don't get me wrong. It's like, oh, Batman. I'm a kid. I'm supposed to love Batman. But I was still an animated series guy for Batman growing up. That was my Batman.
That was after school. I remember,
bro.
Before we go to school, it was Cops. We would watch that cartoon Cops, and we go to school, and then when you come back, it's Batman the Animated Series.
Man, we had the VHSs, and then like Gargoyles came out and stuff, and but that was like cartoons, man. We getting on so many things. I gotta stop talking. You bring up so many good points.
That's how it goes.
You make so many good points, sir.
You unlock the doors, and then you just, you just know where it goes.
You're just flowing. Just flowing. I hear you.
It's man. Back in the day,
you're taking me down memory lane in a good way. I gotta be real with you, man. My pops just died on me on Wednesday.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
And, I wasn't sure about even doing this not even because of you or anything. It's
I get it.
It's been a week, bro. It's been a week.
Oh,
and I just condolences. Yeah, and I was just like, but now I'm just like, okay.
There you go.
I appreciate you.
I'm glad I could help and take you down memory. Memory lane's awesome.
Yeah.
And you talk to people these day and age, it's tough. People don't remember back then.
Yeah.
The way the movies were, the way the video games were, and then I mean, hey, we talk wrestling. I mean, the way the wrestling was. I mean, people don't remember.
That's my heart.
The Wars were. That was some of the best wrestling, and maybe we'll get there. Maybe AEW can get us there where we maybe. I'm not sold yet. But because back then,
what do you think of AEW as a whole? Just in a nutshell, if you could, like, a couple sentences or a paragraph to the class, like, because I like hearing what other people think of AEW before I say anything, because I don't want anybody to get impressionable by it.
I'll put it like this: if they're going to ever compete with WWE and do it, CM Punk better win the title tonight, and they better not keep it on Hangman Page.
Right, because me and you both got to go back and rewatch it after this.
Yeah, because
or the next day or whatever.
I have a feeling. I think one of two things that they're going to do tonight. They're either going to give it to Punk and let it go and have him through the forbidden door, throw him Okada, which some wrestling fans aren't going to know who that is. But you throw an Okada, which is like dream. That's like dream people to see those two. And then you wait till Kenny's back and Kenny Punk, because Hangman's cool. Hangman isn't a great champion. To everyone that loves him, I'm sorry. He's a chaser.
You gonna get slandered out here for saying that, Luau. You better relax, brother. You can't now listen. You was on a good
or what they're gonna do tonight.
Something bad about him.
They're gonna turn Hangman Page heel, and they're gonna keep the belt on him. One of the two. I don't know. AEW. I think it started out great, because you had the true wrestlers. You had Cody, you had the Bucks, you had Omega, who I think right now still is, in my mind, the best wrestler there is. Hopefully he gets healthy. But I mean, last year what he was doing was fabulous. But I think he's brought too much in. He's got so much talent that just sits out there, and he's just got too much there. And now he's got Ring of Honor. I don't know. Now, granted, WWE's product, especially when I hear Roman Reigns is going to sit the whole summer out, I don't know. I don't know. There's certain parts of WWE I like. I like seeing Roman and Brock, but the problem is you built Roman so much up now that honestly, there's only one man that could come that would make us believe he could be beat. There's only one, and we'll see if they get him.
Now,
who's the other one?
Now, sir.
Let's see. Let me see. Where are you going?
Now, sir.
Let's see.
Now, listen.
Oh, don't. I don't want to hear you say the name I think you might say. You're not going to go Cody Rhodes on me, are you? Oh, you're going to go Cody Rhodes on me?
Sir. Who else other than The Rock? Who else? Be just realistic. The only reason I say that. Hold on. This is not hype. This is not because it's a Rhodes. This is not because I'm a fucking fan. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a fan.
No, you can do it. Like, let loose, my friend. Not for kids. We're good.
Okay. It's not because I'm a fan. But Roman has beat everyone 2 or 3 times over.
Yes.
Who else is there, including legends, sir?
Yes.
Other than The Rock.
And to the point, the man supposedly has taken the whole summer off. I mean, I think that's stupid of why they're allowing him to do it, but it is what it is. But I'll give it to you. If there's anyone on the roster that's left that could be believable, I'll give it to you. It's him, because I think it's in the contract. I think he's got something in the contract. I just haven't. I mean, he is. I'm not sold on him yet back in WWE, just because he was such a talent and reinvented himself for the gimmicky stuff they did to that poor man with Stardust and all the stuff. He went to New Japan and just rewrote his whole career, went to AEW, blew up again, and he's back. And it's like, I don't know. He's great. He's a great wrestler, one of the best. And I think you've seen it. They just built Roman up so much, though. So much. I don't know.
Well, I think you can't give it to The Rock because The Rock has no future there.
Oh, absolutely not. He's a. I don't know what they do. I don't know if
I think Cody takes the title off of him, even though people don't like it, and then you can do whatever you want. You can screw Cody the next night, whatever. But Roman can't touch that title if he gonna face The Rock at WrestleMania. It cannot be for the titles. Like, literally, like, I'm gonna be done. Like, it's the same thing with, and this is, now we're gonna get into AEW, and you're gonna have to forgive me. Listen.
No.
Wrestling as a whole makes me sick at times. I watched yesterday. I don't even know his name because I'm so mad right now. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I just can't. This is ridiculous. This guy, this is exactly what he did, brother. He said, that's what he did to some guy. The same speed, the same force, the same reenactment. And the guy reacted like he really got hit in the head.
There's some bad, yeah.
Big bastard super kicked him.
Yeah. See, I think AEW has brought too many. I mean, the indies are the indies.
That was WWE, brother. That was WWE.
I know.
I just want to clarify.
Go
ahead. I'm sorry.
WWE's got holes, but
I love WWE. Don't get me wrong. I want WWE close, and I'm not an AEW air because I was just about to let the air out of AEW, and I don't want to upset my brother. But listen to me, man. Listen, I'm not a big Kenny fan. Only because
I get it.
Only because I think he needs to pull it in a little bit.
I'm with you.
The 69 in the middle of the ring. I get it. They look up to DX, but it's just like, bro.
They like to copy the things that they,
I get it. And that's why I don't want to be that guy, because we grew up and we cheer for that crap. And I feel like an airhead for doing it, but it was great at the time.
Oh my goodness.
But it's just like, for Kenny's sake. It's just for Kenny's sake. I just want him to just pull it in, because he had a mystique at one point. Well, to me, all of them did. Young Bucks, Kenny, Cody, especially, all of them.
They haven't wrestled in AEW like they did in New Japan. That's the difference. They have not put the matches on in AEW like they did in New Japan. Now,
I
why
think
I don't know.
after All In and Fighter Fest and All Out in that first year on AEW, that's like it hasn't been the same.
No.
And I think Punk and when Dan Bryan was by himself was doing that. Eddie Kingston does that. MJF does that. Darby Allin, when he's going against somebody that doesn't want to do extra stuff all the time, does that. Like, I think there's people there that do that, but then you know, I don't know.
I did get to watch the Hardys Bucks match tonight, and there was some impressive stuff. But I'm with you. And the problem
is hard. It's just hard because we've watched wrestling from the 80s, the 90s, like real wrestling. I get the joke wrestling. I get sports entertainment. I'm talking about a real wrestling match. Like, I'm talking about what MJF and Punk has done. I'm talking about what Darby Allin and Punk, or even Darby Allin and MJF.
Yep.
That match, like, it's been a lot of good matches. Just have a good match.
Yeah.
Just have a good match and make it make sense. That's all.
Well, here we go. We got King Bob. He's got. I'm going to get your opinion of this guy. We ready?
Let's see.
Matt Cardona is going to get the belt off Roman.
Matt Cardona wishes he can get that paycheck and belt off Roman. I wouldn't be mad at it.
He would.
I'm not mad at Zack Ryder. Do what you got to do, baby.
Look what he's. I mean, I'll give it to him. I think he calls the king. I mean, he owns the indies. All the indies and places people weren't. Absolutely, he's gone there. The podcast that he's created and that whole the wrestling figure stuff. I mean, more kudos to him. I don't think the day will come that he'll go back to WWE though. I don't think WWE will bring him back.
I don't think he wants to be honest. I think he might want to in a way, but I think he would only go back if he was going to be taken seriously.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't think he trusts them to do that, especially
he need a Cody deal. He would need a Cody deal, and they're not going to give him a Cody deal.
No.
And I'm sure Cody, and we'll see. I have something because I don't know. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, and when I heard Roman's taking the summer off, I was like, that makes no sense. But I just have something that they're going to take one of the titles off Roman, because I would have thought if they combine them, they're going to make one. Maybe they bring something back. I don't know, or the big goal, something. And since they're not doing that, I just
talk about the baby, sir.
I gotta. Well, you know what Cody's going to do, don't you? You know what he's going to do. You know what he's doing.
That might be
if Vince allows him to do it, he's doing
it. That's the problem with Vince, though. He's gone towards these dumb sports entertainment belts. They're not even gold anymore, sir.
No.
UFC has full gold plaques. AEW got a strap. Like, no matter how you feel about that, I don't care what anybody say.
And give AEW credit. They've made the women's belt look some rinky-dink stuff, and then they made it bigger, and now they finally did it right and came out with something decent. I'll give them
exactly. But like, they have belts. You guys have titles, and I don't like that. You need a belt. This is wrestling. Like Goofball Miss. It's a title. No, sir. This is a championship belt. This is a physical object. It's a belt. It has straps on the back, you goofball. Title is champion. I have the champion of title because I have the belt. Yeah, duh, bro. Come on, bro.
I think it's some way over the summer they take one of the belts off Roman. They do some kind of tournament. Cody wins, and you know what he brings back the following Monday from when he wins it. And he
got to.
We haven't seen it since what, 90? Wow, 90, is it 98?
Man.
97, 98 when Stone Cold won it, and then he moved it to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Stone Cold basically retired the belt, and then he went to the Attitude Era.
Was that 90s? Was it 96? 97?
It wasn't 96.
No, he just started going that way in 96.
So I'd say 97. I'm going to go 98. I mean, 90.
But he got the belt, and you're right. I think
it was like the next Monday or the week after they debuted the new one, which was then the.
I believe it was the next night. I believe it was the next night. Vince and him and the whole
because
thing.
he
It
said
might have been a week away.
he has that belt and his Austin has it in his collection.
Wow.
Now there's been, and we all know there's tons of them. There's the on camera one. There's the bring to the ring one. There's the one, there's a couple of them. But if Cody could pull that off and bring the Eagle back,
or anything sent like a updated version of it. Like, have you ever seen updated versions of that belt floating around places at times? Like, I'm not saying do any of those suggestions, but get it as close to that, but
oh my
update
goodness.
it. But I heard you talk about Big Goldie, sir.
You know that thing comes back all the time, and it's been missing for a little while. And I thought, man, if Roman combines these two championships, I wouldn't be surprised Big Gold comes back. Because I mean, let's face it, that's the Winged Eagle is so iconic, and that's probably number 2. But number one's Big Gold,
bro. If people, sometimes people say the Eagle belt, and I listen, this is very subjective, you guys.
It is
subjective. But in your subjectiveness, you are very wrong, and I will look at you differently if you fight for that to be number 1 over the Big Gold belt. I'm gonna just look. I'm like, you just in a different camp. You just in a different camp. Over here, we appreciate heritage and
the Winged Eagle was great. I think let's see, it was debuted in WrestleMania 4.
Fire.
And it was great, but Big Gold was like, I mean, Ric Flair.
How it looks, man, and who held it is just
Dusty Rhodes. I mean, Sting. I mean, then they changed it a little bit. Then they went back to it, but oh yeah, I mean that belt is. And then you look when it came to WWE.
All of them.
You had Orton, Cena, Triple H,
Batista,
Undertaker. Batista held it for a good bit of time. It's a classic.
Booker T, King Booker.
Yeah. King Book.
I'm telling, it's just, and it was like even Randy Orton, whenever he had the double belts, undisputed title, bro. That I think, other than Cena and AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble when Cena beat him, I think that was the maddest I think I've ever been. But that match and the Cena versus Randy, that was the 2 times I've been the most nervous because I was like, I have no idea who was going to win. Like, this is the first time I have no idea. Like, most time we know, like, we get it. We with the program. But this few times I'm like, they got me.
Ways, it depends that, how they're, if they do it this way, they got to do this. And we all know there's a lot of different.
Yeah, there's a pattern that we appreciate.
It's like tonight. He's got to make, it's not just Page and Punk. It's like, okay, so we got to look at when's Kenny going to come back. So now Kenny's got more surgeries. He may not be back until
the beginning of the year.
Kenny back till that next pay-per-view on AEW. I think there might, Forbidden Door, but I'm thinking we're not going to see Kenny till the fall.
I think fall or Christmas, beginning of the year.
He was messed up.
He gonna do something. He gonna come back at a big show. It's not gonna be.
Absolutely.
I hope it is. Like once again, for Kenny's sake, I think he need to come back, tighten up, and just be more aggressive and louder, bro. That's like, I got no problems with his move set and some
I
what he can do in the ring.
Because he had vertigo and he had. He was messed up. Listen to all the stuff he had.
Yeah. I'm not mad at him if he got to step away.
But
you got to step away.
Like you said, though, he has yet in AEW to do anything close to what he did in New Japan.
Right. Exactly. That's my problem. So
man,
I don't know.
He is like a king of video games, and he's like personally working on this AEW video game. I gotta. It's like
I heard it's been over budget, which isn't good. Yeah. That's not good.
No. They get a little crazy when stuff goes over budget. They start cutting stuff and rushing.
And that's my fear with AEW. I think they're going to be another WCW because I think, and I understand now Tony Khan is learning, even if he's doing it the nice way by like letting people's contracts running out and just not re-signing them. Understandable, but bro, you have 2 YouTube shows that you do not need to have. I'm just being honest. I don't know if Elevation is still going on, but Dark. There's like 28. You employ all these people. There's 28 matches on there, and I'm not That's not an exaggeration. There's literally like 20 matches at times. That's ridiculous, bro.
And I think he just keeps it on so he can get some of these guys work, because it's like, I mean, heck, we haven't seen, now I know he's been injured, but we haven't seen Miro since last year.
Right.
You know, I mean, you see
But
the house.
he's noticed. I'm talking about like you got 28 people on the dark roster that could fulfill probably half of the contract obligations that you have on the main roster. Why are you doing that? You could scout these people in a whole other way than feeling like you need to obligate. Because even then, what's worse is whenever you can't do that anymore and you don't tell them and you just let they're still going to be upset. We've seen it with Big Swole. We've seen it with somebody else. Like, they're still going to get mad at you, bro. It may be true and it may not be true. But
I wouldn't be surprised. He wants to pay the big guys, but then he might want to go to, pay for performance, pay for appearance type deal. Hey, I'll use you this pay-per-view. Okay. There's no contractual.
And that's what they always have done back in the day. That makes sense.
Absolutely.
That makes way more sense than you giving somebody a contract and them not working half the year.
Until he gets the big TV deal. That's the big one. He wants that big TV deal. And I don't know what, MJF came out tonight. So I know he walked, they say he walked out, but he was there tonight, but you could tell it was a punishment type thing. I won't tell you how it was, but we all know who was going to
win. Oh no, I seen that first match.
I mean, that was like a punishment. Like, all right,
yeah, I looked at it and I was just like, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like how they did that. I get it, but
you can't. You shouldn't have had him squash him like that. Was not.
That was ridiculous, and they did.
And they did it to write him off. So now whatever problems or whatever heat is, they took him out on a stretcher. They could keep him out now for a while now.
I don't get, no offense, I don't get Tony Khan. I'm gonna just be.
We know where he's going in 2024 when that contract's over. Where he's going.
I don't know why he would do that.
He wants the money, and he is the talker. He is the WWE type of guy where I don't need to. I mean, he can wrestle, but he doesn't get in the ring that often. He's like a show.
I just fear what they do to him, brother. Like. We all love
I would think with him, and he's smart enough where he's like, you can see what I can do. I got to have some control. And maybe Vince, like Cody. I mean, some of the stuff Cody said is like, whoa. Some of the people aren't going to be allowed to say some of the stuff he has said. And I'm sure
like the fact that he just says wrestler and wrestling and professional. And we all know
Roman can do no wrong. Like, I bet Roman could go to Vince and say, you know what?
Right.
Sasha, Naomi, they're with me. We're going to put them on this. Is what we're going to do. Squash it. They're back. And Vince will do it.
He will. But you need people like that. You need people like that. Because as much as like, I want to see both of them do well, I want it to be done the right way. I don't want to see a Rick Rude situation where he's on a taped version of Raw, but showing up live on Nitro. Mm-hmm. That's messed up, man. Like, I get it. Business and its interest and controversy is cash, Eric. I get it. But, in hindsight, like, damn, and then you got like, God bless his heart. What was his name? Big macho dude. Lex Luger.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. It was the same thing. And it's like, bro, golly, and it's just like
Vince learned, all right, so we're going to sign everyone to 90-day non-compete clause or whatever.
And that's right. And people hate him for that or get mad. And it's like, no, like at the same time, like you guys got to understand, these guys they could let their contract run out and show up on AEW the next day.
Yep.
They could. They've done it already. They've done it. A few guys have done it. Adam Cole didn't have to wait 90 days.
Nope. He was
there in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Bryan didn't have to wait 90 days, I don't believe. He showed up there in like a month or so. Was his 90 days? Did he wait 90 days? I thought his was like maybe a month.
He was out a while, so I think he probably did the 90.
Did he?
Negotiating. I think he did something without a contract. Just say, I'll stay, I'll do it, but
Right. That's different. But I'm saying he had the ability to because, but like maybe not John Moxley, because I don't remember how his situation was.
I think he's due for a new deal, but he's not going back to WWE.
No, I'm saying when he left WWE, I'm not
Oh, yeah.
sure how his contract situation is, but like these guys can leave and show up and still have that same impact the next day when their contract runs out. If they construct it like that, and I don't think Vince would have any problem with that if he didn't want to sign. You know what I mean? I really don't.
Yeah,
But
he doesn't view
He
AEW as
learned. Like he got bit a lot back in the 80s and 90s, and people don't understand that the steroid trial, the sex scandal, like all that stuff, like, and then all the wrestlers moving to WCW, all the wrestlers that have passed under his watch, like he's a publicly traded company now, so he ain't in Tony Khan world. And people don't understand that. Like it's a different ball game where he at. Like he's trying to appease other countries to host stadiums for years on end. And
he's got I mean, multi-million-dollar with Saudi Arabia, and they tell him what they want to. I mean, we want to see Undertaker and Goldberg. We don't care if we want. That's what we want to see.
Exactly. And no offense to AEW fans, but we're gonna need more than the 900,000 that rock with you every week, because you don't have a video game. You have pro wrestling tees, but at the same time, it's just like that's that. I get you have the action figures, but at the same time, like I think they're still trying to get into as many stores as they can. Whereas WWE is a mainstay. Yeah. I'm not saying they're not in any stores, because obviously they are. You guys,
they're getting there, but it's not.
It's not as in the abundance of small figures and little mini.
I'm sure WWE has it locked down. Like I don't think we're going to see AEW Funko Pops, because I'm sure the relationship Funko has with WWE says.
That's what I have told people. That's what I think they are so deeply rooted in they have New Japan Pro Wrestling Pops. They have 2 or 3 Young Bucks and their double packs. They have Kenny Omega, and then they have Cody the American Nightmare. That is it. And they are New Japan Pro Wrestling. It has the logo on the top. It is not AEW.
I'm sure the contract WWE has with them, they can easily say we are the only wrestling
Funko
can produce.
And we haven't seen anything since. We haven't seen TNA. We haven't seen Ring of Honor before they went out. We haven't seen AEW. We haven't even seen any more in New Japan.
Nope.
We got that one-time thing because they were starting AEW, and we were just talking about, bro, all that stuff, all of them were doing in New Japan, and it got big, and Funko couldn't help themselves, But that long standing
WD said pop, no.
Exactly. Somebody in WWE was like, somebody's taking away from our outdoor merchandisers and stuff, and we need to,
Absolutely.
And they did. And look what
if AEW wants if AEW could have a Funko Pop, there is no doubt about they would want the Funko Pop.
I got the Eddie right there above me. You know what Funko did? They doubled down on more WWE.
Absolutely. It
makes sense to me. I'm not mad. Listen, they got to figure out a way to be competitive, and I don't think Tony Khan knows how to do that yet.
This is just my opinion. I could be wrong with this one, but I think Vince had something to do with that Christmas Fiend showing up at Walmart. You know what? Here, take the Fiend Pop and glow him up and throw him in Walmart. It looks ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
That was terrible.
I literally was telling people, I was like, he just like, nobody see, this is dirty. Same thing with Keith Lee. He did the same thing with Keith. Whenever he fired Keith Lee, all of Keith Lee's stuff was showing up in all the stores. I was like, damn, you are savage.
He's vicious. He is a vicious businessman.
And I know they get a royalty check, but still, they're not making as much money as you are, and you just cutting them. And it's just crazy.
And Vince is sitting there just waiting to Bray Wyatt. Well, no AEW. You want to go to TNA Impact? You go ahead, but or you could come back to me.
I miss him, and I hope he comes back. And listen, y'all. I didn't like the Fiend stuff. I didn't mind the Fiend. Listen, let me take that back. I didn't mind the Fiend stuff. I didn't like the mallet. The
All right.
mallet, that was the thing that always lurked for me. I was like, is he gonna? And he did sometimes. He did like 2 or 3 times pull out, and I was just like, bro, if you don't Gallagher him whenever you use that mallet, this is all a hoax, and I do not appreciate you doing that.
So I think he had that idea, and it worked really, really well. It was going good, and then Vince got his hands in it, and then they did the burnt fiend. Oh my god, that was. And then they did the
That's
electric
another
bliss
thing. When
thing.
Randy, when Randy set him on fire, I was like, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay, now they're bringing him back with the burnt mask. Oh no!
And then the whole, no offense, the teleporting Cena match, like,
oh yeah, it was bad. I mean, I'll give it to them. It was COVID. They had to do something with no fans. If that's the best they got, I mean, that was bad. I mean, we did get a figure out of it. You know, you got an NWO
Cena.
John Cena that makes no perfect sense other than that match. Whatever. But hey, speaking of that time, we're at the 11:06, and I know. Do we got an update for the score?
It's not good.
Oh no! Come on! Don't tell me the Celtics.
It is, man. 98-87.
Jimmy Butler.
It's fourth quarter, 320, 98-87. Still hope, but it's looking slimmer. It's looking slim. It's okay, man. I mean, we made it. We was one game away from the NBA Finals. If we don't make it, that's something worth noting. We need to get rid of a couple bums, not like Kyle Lowry. Should never sign him. Like I told people, I told him.
You guys got hit with injuries. I mean, the injury bug,
but he's been that way. And I'm not even trying to talk about Kyle. I don't want to happen to him, but he's not consistent even when he's healthy. He'll have a 40-point game and then a 5-point game.
You know who he reminds me of? He doesn't go that bad, but it's like people call Jason Tatum a star. I'm not there with him.
Yeah.
He's good, but he goes.
Yeah. He got to get way more consistent, I think. Not way more, but he need to string together. Like, if you're not going to have a 30-point game, then have a good 22, 23-point game and help out your team.
Unless Golden State really lays an egg, I say 5 games, maybe 6 at the absolute most, if Golden State just toys with them. But if they
hope Golden State stomp them.
I hope Golden State plays serious. I'd say 5 games. Because, Golden State, they go up 3 games to none, and then they get tired in that 4th game and say, hell, let's win it at home.
Yep. I'm not mad at them. Go ahead. But I hope they sweep them or give them a gentleman sweep. But I just, a gentleman sweep, like, you got to throw them one. Like,
here you go.
You beat your friends so many times, you like, all right, I gotta let this finger slip off.
They did to what did they do? They did to Minnesota or whatever. Here, take one, just feel good about it. I'm sorry that we hard fouled your 1-star player and he didn't come back. All right.
Right. And then they did it to Dallas too.
Yeah,
it happens.
Dallas is never gonna, unless they get Lucas some help. They're never.
Yeah. And that kind of makes you mad because it's like they discounted the Heat this whole series. And it's just like, bro,
they were the number 1 seed. I mean, they were the top in the
It didn't matter whenever our players was injured, but whenever their players was injured, they had all the excuses in the world. Whenever our players injured, we didn't get those excuses. It's sad. And it's just like, man. Game 7. I don't think we're gonna do it. It's 98-93, but it's a minute left. So
and you never know.
I done seen some beautiful Heat games. Ray Allen from the corner against the Spurs is all I got to mention.
And you got Jimmy.
Quick story, brother. Nobody will believe this. But I can get my brother on here. He just messaged me about it today because I was like, pray for my team today. He was like, I will never pray for your team. I hate your team. And he was like, ever since that Ray Allen 3. And this is what happened. The day of that game, we play 2K a lot, me and my brother, and we are very, very competitive, like, about it, like, very, like, in each other's face, talking crap, like, we are bad, like, We make it through without hurting each other at all. But in that game, I had got Ray Allen. I passed the ball out to him. Last second shot, literal buzzer beater, top of the key, not the corner, but top of the key. Ray Allen swishes it. I ran through the house yelling, screaming, just losing my mind. That same day was game 6 of the NBA Finals, and I was sweating. I couldn't watch it. I'm watching it how I am now, like with the you know how they update each day and they let you know what's going on. That's how I was watching it, and I seen a little dot go in from the corner of Ray Allen, and I just lost my mind. I was like, oh my god,
nothing beat Ray. That was one of the best moves the Heat did was get Ray.
Bro, forever. They say they'll go down with LeBron. I'm like, listen, LeBron did not make the team. Y'all did not watch. This man could score 30, 40, 50, and we would still barely win by 2 sometimes. So
Ray
he
was
didn't make or break
Ray
the team. He just did his job, which he always does, which I appreciate. But we needed everybody else to always, D Wade and LeBron stay consistent, but they can only give you 60, 70 points. They still need somebody else to give them that extra 30 some points or whatever to get to 90 or 100. And Ray did that.
But
Ray and Bosh
was good in the beginning.
Right.
You know.
I'm prehistoric Heat fan. I was there before we won even one championship. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're going back to the Hardaway Alonzo Mourning days.
Yes, sir. Like literally right at the end of Timmy's career. I was like, okay.
Mourning was something else. Maybe he was awesome.
Man. He was a bad man. People don't remember him.
Nope.
Before when he was with Charlotte,
he was
whenever they was still the Hornets.
Rookie year, multiple years there, and then he was dominating down in Miami. He gave Michael some runs. I mean, let's be realistic.
Yeah, no, and the Knicks
could have been a lot of world champions if it wasn't for Michael.
bro, ain't that the phrase back then? It'd be a lot of, but he had
who knows if you had the mentality,
sneakers had to come down.
If you had the mentality of players today, I mean, you would have had Ewing and Barkley. Hey, Mike, let's go. I'll play a year for nothing. But that wasn't their way. Man. I want to beat him. I don't want to join him. I want to beat him.
I think the NBA lost their way whenever.
Oh yeah.
Even my team, like I wasn't. People gotta understand. I found out LeBron came to the Heat in my barracks whenever I was going through basic training in the art, and I was just like, why did we get LeBron? It's just going to be all about LeBron now, and it was, and I didn't like it, and it was just like, bro, I can't wait for you to leave. And ever since he's left, I don't care about his lane to championships, but his teams haven't done that well, and he knows that. For the majority of his time, to his standards, his team hasn't done that well, and whenever teams leave him, they don't do that well. My team been in the East Finals twice and been to the finals without you, bro. And we done stayed afloat. Okay, we doing A-okay. I hope you never sniff your way back over here. I really fear he might leave LA and try to go somewhere. And I don't want it to be Miami. I don't want it to be. Because do you think he could leave another team and not go back to Cleveland or Miami? Like, what do you think that would do to this man's legacy, man?
I'm not a huge LeBron guy. I mean, I'll give him the rightful dues, and I'll say
he do got my respect. Don't get me wrong.
5, probably in all time. I'll give him that barely, but he's number 5 on that list.
Right.
But he's no Mike, and he's no Kobe.
No.
And I would definitely not want the ball in his hands towards the end.
Bro, then that's my problem. To me, and this ain't if it is because I'm a Heat fan, but it's more not even if I was a Heat fan. I wouldn't even call him a D Wade. I'm gonna just be real with you because I got footage. I have footage of plenty of buzzer beaters from D Wade. Plenty. Oh, yeah.
I put the ball in Wade,
and I know LeBron got him, but you gotta understand how
put the ball in
versus how D Wade, Kobe, and MJ got him.
I put the ball in Allen's hands before I put it in LeBron's. But
exactly. And LeBron's just not consistently that guy to me. I think he's
huge, he's big, he rebounds, he does it all. He's lazy. I just think he's gotten lazy. I mean, he's still built, but he doesn't want to win. He won in LA, and when he won in LA, I don't want to say he was done, but he takes games off. He
the same dude that when he won a championship, I think it was Cleveland, not LA, but he was like, I'm the best ever. Like, okay. Like, I'm glad you just called yourself that. Like,
he might have made it to the finals, but he lost a whole lot, and it just not the Michael, not the Kobe. I mean, when Kobe lost, I mean, he gave his absolute every kind of bit he had in a championship game.
man,
But
players back in the day just and it's not even because they was back in the day. Y'all gotta understand now they rely so much on talent and just ability to leap. It's crazy. Back in the day, everybody had to have some sort of semblance of dribbling. Like
back in the day, LeBron ain't going to the hole the way he does these days.
right. If y'all
hurt.
think Kyrie and Steph, they are probably the greatest, but you gotta think AI was back in the day.
Oh yeah.
You know, AI was
I was in the building when he got Jordan out of his shoes. We were there that night.
man.
And I never saw anything like. Oh my god,
man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's not the most, crazy crossover compared to today's standards, but back then, to do that and on somebody like Michael Jordan, not let alone Michael Jordan, is just crazy because it was real defenders back then. Like, people got up on you, like they practically hugged you, and that was like a reach in. Like that wasn't a technical at all.
I would have loved to see AI win a title. I mean, granted, he was up against one of the dominant Lakers teams that it just wasn't going to happen.
Well, we lost.
Jeez.
End of the fourth. 96-100.
Well,
it happens, man. It happens. Let the rough week continues. All right, it's all right. We're gonna wake up on Monday, and it's gonna be all right.
There we go. Go watch some AEW wrestling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Agreed.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you take us out. Anything you want to say to everyone? The
floor I just appreciate you, man. This was fun. I appreciate you, man, a lot. Yeah. Thank you a lot, man. Nope. I ain't got nothing to really say. We said enough.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. Make sure you go check out Fett's channel and make sure you guys check out Pop the Chaos. I'm telling you, it's a show of shows, my friends.
Yes.
Check it out. And guys, have a wonderful Memorial Day tomorrow.